begin with the Pixies. According to my modern English dictionary, Pixies are little fairy folk who live in forests and spend their time casting lots of magic spells. The Pixies from Boston, however, aren't fairies. At least, that's what their publicist claims. And all of them live in apartments dotted around the east coast of America. They cast their own kind of spell by playing a very artful blend of punk surf music, which sometimes sounds a bit like Neil Young and Crazy Horse on steroids. Oh, and they're not little either. In fact, they're very big, indeed, all over Europe and America. Their latest album is entitled Trompe le Monde. That's French for Fool the World, viewers. But don't expect to hear any accordions or old Maurice Chevalier songs. No, no, no. It's more of that wild beat band noise the general public can seem to get enough of. Anyway, we spoke to leader Black Francis, a known name considering he's not black, and his real name is Charles Thompson, the great Pixies enigma, unraveled by Rapido.
Nice. In a lake that's like an ocean, I count about 1 billion heads. All the time there's a motion. Last night he could not make it. He tried hard, but he could not make it.
Charles Michael Kettridge Thompson IV, or Black Francis as he's now known, wrote most of the new material for Trompe le Monde by screaming at a wall or mirror until a song took shape. This may be a strange way to start an album, but he's very direct about the final product.
It's got that kind of pompous, egotistical, pretentious kind of feel to it.
Despite writing all the lyrics, he doesn't think meaning is what counts.
I think that's pretty much the case with any good rock and roll song, that it has to sound good and that the meaning is entirely secondary for everyone and for every fan and listener, and that it's just got to feel real nice. And that's everything.
When the Pixies formed 4 years ago, their debut album, Come On Pilgrim, was taken up by indie record company 4AD, best known for the Cocteau Twins. This, their 4th album, didn't work out quite as they'd expected.
Well, it was supposed to be a punk rock album, recorded in a couple of weeks, a couple of 100 hours of music, and that idea became watered down by outside parties. And did not happen. But we kept the title.
Popular on vinyl, they're even more popular playing live. You may even see Bono there listening to them, singing a cover version of Jesus and Mary Chain's Head On. Black Francis thinks this is a perfectly logical thing to do.
Well, they're a sort of a Scottish surf band, and we're sort of an American surf band, and as the Ventures covered The Shadows, and The Shadows covered Link Wray, and Link Wray covered Dick Dale. That's the kind of feel, I suppose. And besides, it was on the radio every day, and we heard it a lot. And it was only 3 chords. And they looked pretty damn good in their videos, so what the heck? Let's do a Mary Chain song.
Got killed by 10 million pounds of sludge from New York and New Jersey. This monkey spot to happen.
It's not always obvious what the Pixies are singing about, but Black Francis doesn't want to make it too easy for his audience.
Well, this has been the aim of poetry, I think, throughout the ages, is to sort of like look at the language and read it, and then develop your own interpretation. And at least that's what they taught me in 10th grade. There aren't any clues, and I think that's been the aim of poetry throughout the ages as well, is to not give away too many clues, if you can help it.
With philosophies on writing and recording albums, it's not surprising to find the Pixies have a philosophy on their fans.
You know, I make a record, you buy it. I make a concert, you buy the ticket. You know, and that's the relationship, and the relationship ends there. And everything else is, you know, none of my business, you know what I mean? Whatever people do with that experience, you know?